You're listening to
Black Connections
on 91.8.
Hazel.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. My name is Sylv, and this is Black Connections live from Hayes FM. It's lovely to be here. It's a Sunday afternoon. We're recording an interview, and we're in September, and it's still nice and warm. So I'm really, really pleased about that. Hope you're feeling fine. Hope you're feeling well. You're in for a real treat. We have a special guest that he's an author, and we're going to hear more about him in a moment. But just to say that I've only just met our guest, but I know somebody who knows him, who knows him, who knows him. So that is how I have come across him. He gracefully let me read his book in preparation for the interview, but also because it's an interesting book, interesting take on a particular issue. He is from Uganda, but let me stop wittering on and introduce you to the man himself. Kojja, how are you?
Good, man. How are you?
I am fine, my dear. I'm fine. Thank you so much for spending some time with us this afternoon here.
Thank you so much for hosting me. I
Yeah, yeah.
appreciate it.
My absolute
Appreciate it. I'm honored.
my absolute pleasure. Um, so, Kojja, you've written a book. Let me first ask you, is this your first book,
It's my first published book, yes.
first published book? But I bet you're
Yes.
you've always loved writing.
Yeah, I always loved writing. It's just so happened this time I have like an actual topic that is dear to me. It shaped me in more ways than one. Like literally my whole life is shaped by that story, those stories. Those like monumental stories, most of them. And iconic moments in my life, my short life, if you want. Well, I'm pretty old, but but
Yes.
those like super important. Like I feel like those shaped me.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
and you know, for many authors that I've certainly spoken to, I mean, I also do some writing myself, but more in the sort of
Mm.
academic sphere. But um, it's
I am anti-academic, literally.
yeah, yeah. But you know, to write from the heart is it's so meaningful, so purposeful. So Kojja, your book is called Behind the English, right?
When English and an African marry.
Okay, yeah, yeah. That's the sort of subtitle. Well, that's the copy I got anyway. Okay. When
Yes.
English and an African marry. Interesting. So start to tell us a little bit about why you wrote this book.
Why I wrote that book. Well, like I said before, I always wanted to write. I know I was going to write. That was a given. And I bought my computer and I just kept it for 2 years. I thought I was ready to write, and I wrote like I don't even remember what I wrote, but it was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll go to Uganda in January of this year, and I stayed long enough for back to school. So back to school is when parents are looking for school fees. I don't know if the UK do you even know what school fees is unless you go to private school.
Well, yes, I was going to say those who can
Yeah,
afford it, they know what school fees are. Then they're not
yeah,
cheap. Yeah.
yeah. But Uganda is from nursery school all the way to university. Your parents have to come out of pocket. So what always bothered me, like it's called this the school buster will always come in class and just read out this name. Like it's embarrassing. They just call you out and like, oh, you going home and you haven't, your bill is not cleared yet. And and then I realized it's just gotten worse because I always like of all things about school, I hated it. I hated being beaten and being sent home for school fees because I could see the pain in my mom's eye. My dad. It's just embarrassing. You're the one that doesn't have the money for your kid to go to school.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So even you, like when you go home, like in the middle of the school term, it's like a ghost town because everybody's at school. Because so we have a lot of boarding school going on in Uganda as well. So But even if it's a day school, so when you go home, like they always send you home during like the hours when people are actually in school.
Right.
So and it's like ghost town. Like you drive through you drive through Kampala city, the
Hmm.
city center, and it's like, what is this kid doing here? You're supposed to be in school.
That's right.
So
That's right.
yes, it's a horrible feeling. I hated it. I really hated it. So
It,
when I moved to America, that was the one thing I was like, they won't beat me at school. The teachers won't beat me, and no one's gonna send me home for school fees. What extras do I have? But like flourish and just win at life.
hmm
And that's what happened. Is the school was just so easy for me since then. I didn't have to worry about any of that.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
so in a sense,
Mm.
you wanted to share with readers something of your experience
Yes.
of school life back home in Uganda. It's so interesting because, in a way, it's also probably quite a money making enterprise. If you so were schools owned by individuals or owned by the government? What?
Yes. So there is a colonial school, I'll call them, like when call, which is ironic. I'm in England, so England colonized Uganda, just so
Hmm.
people know.
Hmm.
That's why we speak English. So there were schools that are those government schools.
Okay.
But but now, like the new government, it's a dictatorship. Let's call it what it is. The
Hmm.
dictatorship that's been rolling over Uganda for the last 40 years.
Right.
They came with a privatization. So Uganda is like an oligarchy type of thing
Yep.
going on.
Hmm.
So the people that's supposed to be, let me like first and foremost, like the minister of education is the president's
Hmm. Hmm.
president's wife. And
Okay.
people know, like it's public. She owns a bunch of schools, so of course she's gonna make sure whatever her schools, her private schools, are well taken care of, and they're not. They don't pay no like public schools. They don't pay the teachers. Even if they pay them, it's just ridiculous, man. It's peanuts. It's
Hmm.
just.
Hmm.
I think they spend like a thousand, no, 4,000 shillings a year on the
Wow.
student. Like that's like £1.
Hmm.
And even then they don't pay it. So all the buildings is going to waste. Like it's like abandoned buildings.
Hmm.
So all this, so pretty much it's like private school is what it is. So you have to pay for your children to have any chance at life.
Hmm.
You can't send them to
Public
whatever the
school.
public school,
Yep.
free school.
Yep.
It's just it's going to school for free for nothing, pretty much. So you have to come out of pocket somehow. Like this supposedly the system has a public school system, but it's as good as dead. It's non-existent.
Hmm.
The teachers just stop going to school and just look for private school because they don't get paid.
Wow. Wow. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we can't underestimate the power of the whole education piece because so many of us who I mean my parents are from the Caribbean and in terms of the importance that's placed upon education I absolutely know it's a very similar situation in countries in Africa.
Mhm.
Education is so important, yet it can also be a pain point. Even the way you described, if you
Mhm.
haven't got the money to pay the fees, you're embarrassed, you're humiliated, and that's compounded by the way that you're treated by folks in the school.
Mhm.
And then you have a situation that even though there is a public school system, it's not very effective. Um, so it just feels to me as you said a couple of times when we started speaking that you hated the whole kind of situation. Do you think you hated school or you just hated the way you were treated?
No, no, I didn't hate school. I actually loved school
Okay.
because at school, like just stay away from the teachers. Stay away from the teachers. You're not in trouble. You're playing with your friends.
Yeah, yeah.
It's all types of personalities, the backgrounds and stuff. So it's fun when it's break time or lunch time or whatever. We used to have after lunch. We used to have like a 30-minute break after lunch. After like a three, we have like another minute. Like so, we used to go to games time. So it was fun. It's just the class part where if you fail, they'll like the teacher can beat you like however many strokes of the cane he wants or the whip or spank, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
How they feel, and if you and it's not okay. They tell you to bend over, they hit you, they beat your butt, like they just like beat you in the butt, or lay down, or some teachers just go like your back. Like a lot of us have all these scars, like little scars, like permanent scars, life scars,
Yeah.
like. Yeah, not like forget the emotional part, like the scars, like physical, like when you see, I have like a scar on my hands, like, oh yeah, the one time this teacher did me.
Wow.
So I hated that. And then the school fees part, like my parents, like my dad, like he was in a revolution that brought this new government in. He was a part of that.
Okay.
Even if he had a good job in the other government, wrong was wrong. It's like, okay, you guys, it's too much like human rights violations and stuff. The other government even let him, be a part of a revolution against it. But they did not take away his job. They didn't mess with his businesses and stuff. But soon as these guys came, it was all a lie. They lied to everybody. So all these people that had money, my dad, like his business just went down. It was like a bar / lodge, and it used to be one of the best in the area. In our area, it was the fancy high end, and it just went from high end to pretty much the lodges. They just got like tenants to live in. Now like lodge works. Yeah, even the bar itself. So my dad was on a financial downfall of sorts, but school has to still get paid for. So I started in nursery school knowing, okay, there's something wrong. So school was just a reminder that your dad is rich. I mean, he's not rich or whatever. So that's the part, not the school part. Like I enjoy.
Okay.
I mean, I enjoy the school part, not that part. Yeah.
And so thanks for sharing that with us. I mean, at the end of the day, school of itself, the social aspect of it, perhaps sometimes the lessons all the things you may have learned, but that other side of it, which was the corporal punishment side, and the fact that your father's fortunes changed so drastically, that couldn't have been great. But tell me, I mean, so we're getting a sense of your experience at school, right? Early school years. What one of the big things that's consistently discussed in your book or portrayed in the story that you tell of school and its importance and so on is this whole thing around English. You mentioned earlier, UG was colonized by Britain. So English was quite central to the main language, even though there were a multitude of other languages spoken, or there are a multitude of other languages spoken in the country. Tell us a bit about that whole thing about England, because I think when people get this book, the way you tell that story around the importance of English, how people were seen when they don't speak English and so on. So tell us a bit about England. I mean, and English and its significance in your upbringing and so on.
So okay, so like England, right? It's cool. What you learn about? You learn about London, the London Bridge. You even go and see it, right? They'll tell you how great the Queen and the King and the kingdom is, but it's the opposite. In Uganda, they'll tell you how great England. Like the same thing happens to us in Uganda. That's why you see when your Ugandan friends or African friends move here that were colonized by England, they already know this thing. They already know. They just they will ask you, take me to this place, because we already know. They've been teaching us from when we were young.
Probably more than the native British.
Exactly. That's my point. So we know about this place way more. Like all these teachers that will never get a visa to come out here, they know about England in the back of their hand. So it's pretty much they brought this system to make your money. So English is the most expensive thing for Ugandan parents, like which is school fees. Do I make sense? So you pay, you buy your food and your clothing and stuff, but school English. I call it English because when you think about it, it's English. So you start learning. My dad, I was talking to my dad's brother.
Mm-hmm.
He's he's like 77. He's about to be 78.
Okay.
So he's a part of the second generation, I guess, educated. But when like England, like when the English colonized Uganda.
Mm-hmm.
So before even Uganda gained its independence in courts again, so he went to school during those years. But he said initially they'll learn in their native language. They'll teach you how to count like math in your language.
Yeah.
And then when you went to high school, that's when they taught you. That's when they started introducing English as the main language. Like everything is taught in English. But now from nursery to the first day of school, you don't know, like they'll teach you a few words or whatever, and this is a pencil, this is a cup, and if you don't know it, like you put your little hands in, they'll whip them. So if you didn't know it, and then when you get to like primary two actually, primary two is like, okay, now you can't speak no other language at school except English.
Okay.
Yes, even that is punishable. So English is just the whole English is just it's a discipline, but it's also the language in which everything official. That's they call it the official language of Uganda, whatever official means. So it's in the offices, it's in the courts, it's in it's even in the church.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's a lot of people, for them to show you that they're educated, they always say something in English. They think they're smart just because they speak English. That's how, you know what I mean? So over here.
What that's reminding me of is that in the Caribbean, there was always an emphasis, and my parents can tell you these stories, and I guess it still happens today. The whole thing around speaking the Queen's English, so
and patois,
and patois would have been frowned upon. And speaking English well is seen as a prestigious thing, and it's interesting that the colonization of countries in Africa, the Caribbean, and so on, it has the same kind of imprint on us that. To speak English well, to speak English at all is more prestigious than speaking your own native tongue. It's just interesting to hear that from another place. So
you're automatically smart just because you speak English. In your head at least. And in society calls it that. Society makes it like that.
And I would argue that it still exists. It still exists today.
Oh yeah, it still exists.
It still exists.
That's why I made sure I wrote like in the simplest English you can ever write it on purpose, because I feel like, so just because I can't speak no Shakespearean English, then I'm stupid. I don't know what English did to me. You know what I mean? Like, the English did a lot to me, and I hate it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't hate the English people, but I hate the English language and how it's introduced to me, and how you have to beat it into me.
Yeah, it represents something. It represents something really big, and I know certainly. I was born in this country, but yet I obviously my parents speak English, but they also speak their own mother tongue. A lot of us who are of Caribbean heritage, we speak English, but yet when we're together, we'll speak our own patois and so on. It's just fascinating, and it really does, as you say, it makes you, I guess, in a way, betray who you really are authentically. And those things are deep.
More than betray, like they taught you it's not cool, it's not fashionable. Whatever this other stuff is, it's informal. Like they teach you in school. Oh, before the British came, like your first your first debates are simple as like when they introduce you to debates. They won't even teach you what a debate is.
That's
They
right.
just teach you, okay, opposers, proposers, what is better than fire. And when you graduate, like uh primary five, it's like, oh, the Europeans did more good than bad,
Yeah.
more harm than good. Like, and then you debate on that as a kid. Like, no, they did this. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have cars. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have hospitals. And like, people are still debating that to this
Today.
day.
Oh
People
yes.
your age
Oh
and more,
yes.
yeah,
Oh yes.
just stuff like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. So I was writing when I was finishing up. I was done, and then I'm going through reels. I don't know if you like Facebook reels.
Yeah.
They're the devil. I hate it. I love them. I hate them. I would be like, wait, did I just spend 4 hours just looking at reels and I'm still not tired? I still want to go. So I was finishing up and I seen this three British people in the radio station, but it was recorded like TV. Two ladies and a gentleman, and the ladies arguing was like colonialism wasn't all bad.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because of
That came out this
colonialism,
year.
because colonialism we brought English, or I mean, we brought education to all these places or whatever. And then the gentleman was like, "No, you didn't. All we did was bring our version of education. These people
That's
already
right.
had that."
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So the whole I discovered, like, oh, okay, you think Columbus discovered America? Yeah. Yeah. Columbus discovered America. Uganda, they would tell you, who discovered the source of the Nile, and they named it the Nile. Like, I just learned what the actual name of the Nile is recently, like 5 years ago.
Wow. Wow.
So we don't know them. We call it the Nile, but it's called Tira. That's the name of the place. And then Lake Victoria. That, like, they renamed all these things. And guess what? Now that I think about it, when you name something, you own it, right?
Well, absolutely, and that
Exactly.
and especially if you look at what the original names of some of these places were, there was a deliberate intention to rename so as to claim. So those are the things that I think I'm glad that we are in an age. Although there have always been scholars who've been digging and researching, but we're in an age where information is just at your fingertips. So it's great that we can do our own research and find out, some of the original names of some of these places and so on. So we don't have to be ignorant, because colonialism did a really great job at brainwashing us, our countries, our leaders, and so on. But anyway, I suppose let's not go down too far down that road, because I do think that the book has a really interesting way of using the whole kind of English thing to give us another perspective to think about colonialism. And I think you really have done that really well, because
thank you.
Even the discussion that we've just had, that is what is underneath a lot of what you've written. Look at how we have been robbed of our history,
identity. So that's why I call it like behind the English.
Yeah.
If you remember the VH1 or MTV show Behind the Music.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's the story behind the English that you hear me speak this well. Maybe I speak it well, but you're the judge. Do I speak good English or at least good enough English? Well, good English for somebody that's not supposed to speak it. I speak 4 other languages fluently.
Okay.
Yeah. So English is my 5th language, literally.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's the story behind the English. So, and when you look at the actual cover,
look at the cover. Yeah.
the actual cover is like burning. So these are Uganda colors. These colors, as you see, black, yellow, red. So it's pretty much like I'm just showing you. So behind the English is fire. It's not pretty. There's an ugly story behind it. Like there's this ugly hidden things behind it. Just teach you English, and a bunch of people now, like their kids, like the kids do not speak their native languages. It's not cool. Like from a baby, baby will refuse to speak to you in English. Like my friend, he has an 8-year-old, 8 year old. Like he left Uganda
Mm-hmm.
when he was 3 weeks before he was born. So he's been. But this boy, he won't speak his language on the phone. Like when his dad says, like, please say something back in Uganda,
Mm-hmm.
he would just shut up.
Wow. Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
yeah. So it's that bad. Like it's been. They did a great job. You got to give it to them.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They did a great job.
Well, that's why it's so important. Um, what you've done to try and kind of
Yeah. But
open our
yeah.
eyes, really. What?
Let
What?
me cut you off real quick. There's something I wanted to say. Like
Mm-hmm.
I say specifically, this is not scholarly or professor material because I feel like I'm not nothing against scholars, but I feel like scholars just make things more complicated.
Oh
The
gosh,
more
yes.
sophisticated, the more sophisticated they sound, the more they think they. I don't know. Like
Mm-hmm.
are you bragging or are you teaching me?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense because I need you to simplify this stuff. Like it's not that complicated.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't know if you know about a Honduran Dr. CD
Oh
in
yes,
the
yes, yeah,
U.S.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yes, yeah. I listened to him one time. He said, "We're African. Africans by nature simplify stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
we make stuff simple. So the more when it's a Western way of the world, like just telling you, oh, you know that? Oh no, you do not know this. So when
Mm.
you're like, okay, slavery is bad. Like, oh, this is not slavery. You should have been here 400 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This, I hate when they do that. Like I'm like, okay, I'm suffering right now, so I did not care 400 years ago. You
Mm-hmm.
was not here. How do you know?
Mm-hmm.
I know right now I'm going through this. Right now, like 2020, George Floyd. Like why are we going through that? Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody killed somebody, and this is all yeah. And we're still debating this. Like I hate debates too. I do not like debates. Debates are just like insults, where people insult each other. Whoever insults the other the best, that's who wins the debate. Or whoever like goes away from the straight away from the topic the best. Whoever is the best talker.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever makes the most noise. Oh, he's a great debater. He won that debate. No, he did not win a debate. A debate is supposed to be exchange. Like to me, this is a debate. We exchange. Like you teaching me, I'm teaching you. Like we're teaching each other. Like I don't want it to be some kind of competition. Somebody has to win. My
Mm-hmm.
whatever my opinion has to be the winner. That's the problem.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Coach. I hear you, and I think many people would agree with you. A lot of scholarship and academia is so kind of inaccessible, and I agree. What's the point of that? But let me then move on to what is it that you hope people will get
What?
from the book, and
Yeah.
what has been the response to the book so far?
What I wish people get out of it. So it depends on who is reading. So you as a Caribbean, like a British, a Brit of Caribbean descent, I want you to relate as much as that. First of all, I want people to relate. Everybody to relate. Especially, I know for sure if your country was colonized, you relate. Somehow
Okay.
you relate. There's no way you don't relate to at least one chapter,
Mm-hmm.
one paragraph, and that's the thing. And then it's like, oh, I went for the little things. I call them the little things. The little things that people just ignore, but they're too much. Like these are, you call it small. Like, okay, what would you beat a primary one kid for not reading English well? And then I just want people to as well, like Ugandans for sure. Ugandans or Africans. It's like, okay, they keep teaching us all these things, spare the rod and spoil the child. They
Yeah.
will teach it to you. Oh, if you want to hide something from a black person, put it in
Put
a
it in a
book.
book. Yeah.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
let's
Yeah.
call it what it is. All people do not read. The few people that read, it's every race, every culture. It's not everybody reads. There's no culture or race of people that these people are readers. No, it's not like there's no reader. Even the poets, like Somali poets, like not even all of them are readers.
Mm-hmm.
Not even all of them are poets
That's
to
right. That's
begin with.
right. That's right.
Oh, not all of them are writers. So they put it in you. So guess what? You won't read because it is what it is. We do not read. Like they put that in you. It's engraved in you your whole life. So what I'm saying is, for Africans, I want them to really think about these things that we're being taught. Why do we beat our kids? Like, and then when you think about it, everybody that like administers corporal punishment, it's always somebody stronger or somebody of
It's
authority and
bullying.
stuff.
It's excess. It's bullying.
Yeah,
Bullying.
yeah,
Bullying. Yeah.
yeah. Even in a abusive relationship,
Mm-hmm.
like the physical relationship, is always the man because most of the time the man is more stronger. The more the man is stronger. So I'm like, okay, guess what? You be cheating on your wife all the time. You be coming home late, like you be doing all these things that you're not doing. How come she don't hit you? Well, you don't see that it's wrong the fact that you hit them.
Mm-hmm.
Like you hit kids. Like in America, we have a lady, or you can't hit a lady or whatever. Like you can't hit a lady. But I'm like, yo, you hit little lady, my little daughter. You slapped the hell out of them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little baby that did something that little babies do. They do not know any better. You beat them.
Mm-hmm.
But you keep doing all these things and no one is supposed to beat you. So I'm just thinking, like, I feel like we need to get that out. Like, to me, it's a slave mentality. I'm sorry. Like, slaves are the only people that are supposed to, well, even they're not supposed to be beaten, but it's who was beaten. And it was not okay even then. So why was it okay for you to beat a kid? And they'll tell me, they will be spoiled and all that. That's a myth. Because if you think about it, give me a billionaire, a multi-billionaire that grew up like that.
Mm-hmm.
Guess who grew up being beaten? Mass murderers. They'll give you, when you go back to their story, I grew up poor, my drunk dad used to beat the hell out of me. These are the stories of poor people. Or
So
we need to. I just want people to think, really think. Like I'm just trying to relate. Like I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to. I'm not, like I said, I'm not an academic, so I don't want to sound like no professional or like expert in this. And like I'm telling you, I'm just like that's why I wrote it like on a me basis, like first person basis. This is my story. This is not even I don't think there's any place I wrote like, oh, this is how things should be done. I'm like, this is how it made me feel. Did it make you feel like that as well? Would it make you feel like that if somebody just beat you? Like at some point, I was like, I doubted if my mom loved me. I literally did. Like, wow, like people don't get it. Like the more they beat you, the more they beat you. Because you were a little scared kid. Like you mess up or you won't do what you're supposed to do because you're too scared to be beat. Because you're always thinking about they're gonna beat me.
That's
And
right.
no, your child will never love you as much. Like that's not a loving relationship. It's because even when you grow up, you're like, okay, I get it. They have to beat me, but you're like, but really, like, do you love them as much as somebody that's always, oh, welcome back, baby, and they kiss you on the cheek. Your mama picks you up and all that. Like, no, it's like every time, like most American parents, I mean, not American, North African homestays, like when the parents come back home, like everybody runs away, like just to pretend like you was reading or you were like doing chores, like. So when the parents come home, it's not peaceful. That's not love. And we keep saying we're trying to be like America, we're trying to be like England. Let's try to be like England for real. English people don't beat their kids, or American people. I'm American. They don't beat the kids. I mean, they do beat the kids, but guess what? If your kid is loud enough, the police will come.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
There's consequences.
There are consequences and protections.
But, okay. There's no consequences.
All right, Kojja.
Then that was the African, and then to somebody that's not like, listen to me, say British person. I just want you to look at, this is. Don't think you like how you learn at school and that. I just want to teach you. We learned about how great the Canadian Predators were, how great Great Britain was, and how we did that. But guess what? There's a lot of people like, where are you from? Uganda? What's that? Is that in Africa? It's like they do not know the whole country, but I know everything. Like I know things that feels like streets. I'm like, I know the Hollywood Strip, the Sunset Strip. That's how much we know about these places. So there's something wrong about that. So we can't be bragging around like just walking around Europe. Like everybody literally lives to come to Europe or to go to America and stuff. Like spend all this money. And I don't want to get too deep in the stuff that I'll be writing more.
I think in terms of what you hope people will get from the book, I think you're talking about lots of different levels that people can get something from the book.
Yeah.
Or indeed get it all in terms of what you're trying to convey. So I think I think we hear you, and I think when people do get the book and they, if they listen to this interview, listen to you speak passionately about what you feel is the right kind of way to raise children, not in fear, but in a space where they can feel loved and cherished and they can learn, but also not disregarding the fact that colonialism, slavery, and some of the history that we've endured also impacts on how we run our countries as well. So I think there's a huge amount that people can learn from not just reading what you've written, but also using the imagination to imagine what your lived experience has been about, because that's what you're sharing with us, your lived experience, your story.
Yeah.
So okay, as we move to wind up, do tell us, how can people get hold of the book? How can they, are you someone who is on social media that people can follow what you're doing? How do people access you?
I'm on social media, but I'm not really good at it, but I'm getting there. Okay. I'm on Instagram is behind the English. Behind the English, I think it's behind DA English. So, and then same thing on YouTube, behind English.
Okay.
And as well as TikTok.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm on there, but I need to get better. That's what I'm saying.
Well, I mean,
I need to get better, but I'm already there. And the book can be gotten on Amazon. It's on Amazon worldwide. And for England, it's £20.
Okay.
And the USA is $25. I don't know what Australia is, and I think it's $25 in Canada as well. And that's another thing. As we said, this English thing is a system. It's not just a language. It's way deeper than just a language. Guess what? There's no Amazon in Uganda. And you asked me, I haven't answered that question. How has it been received? Ugandans love it, especially my local Ugandans in Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, and Los Angeles, California, with my local. They love it. So when you tell them, you just give them a summary of what, like the big picture, and they'll go straight to, they used to beat us for speaking whatever, and then they used to make us where it is born. And I'm like, wow. And I'm like, I wrote about that. It's a whole chapter. They're like, yeah, right. I'm like, it's right here. And they're like, oh wow. So yeah, it's been good. But
people can relate. They can relate.
People don't buy. That's why I'm working on an audiobook. I'm working on an audiobook because honestly, people will listen, but they want people like reading takes like it's a job to read. You have to allocate time and so.
I mean,
at least when you're driving to work in traffic, you can listen.
Yeah, I must confess, I love audiobooks. And
exactly.
I read, but if I'm walking, I'm listening to an audiobook. If I'm in the gym, I'm listening to an audiobook. So I love audio. I love being read to. So I can see why lots of people would prefer that. Work on that.
And I haven't done that because Amazon gave me an option of voice actors. The fourth actor, I'm like, I'm good. I don't want this actor. I wanted to use my own voice, my ugly accent or whatever, my limited English, whatever. I want to use that. I want you to feel the passion, the pain, or the love, whatever you want to call it. You'll feel it. Trust me. I'm gonna do it like special. I want to go do it in Uganda.
Okay.
And so my whole thing is our way of teaching was special. Like they used to pass on like information from generation to generation. Like your grandma or your mom sits you around the campfire. They bring some drums and teach you poems, and it's music in the background. So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
Like Uganda, I just told you Uganda has like 50 dialects, but this one language came and took over. So I'm gonna have like every chapter is gonna have like background sounds from Eastern Uganda, Central Uganda. So it's gonna be it's probably not gonna make it to like real, like like let me say Spotify or whatever, because it's not gonna be your regular, audiobook. So I may end up just putting it for free on YouTube, whatever.
Yeah,
So
actually, that could work. That could work. Yeah.
I just want people to donate or buy the book. Especially Ugandans, please buy the book. First of all, it looks beautiful. Like put it in your bookshelf. It looks beautiful. It's a beautiful book. It's a beautiful story. It's beautiful stories. Funny little stories about it. They're deep when you think about it, and it will hit. Like when you read it, you hit. I know you're witness to that.
Okay.
Even I keep reading my book, and it's like, am I considered? But no, it is something special about the book. And you saw me how long it took me to write it. Believe it or not, it took me 1 month to write that book.
A month?
1 month.
Wow. Okay.
I came back from Uganda on March 10. By April 15, I was done. I was submitting it for editing.
Wow. Okay.
And guess what? The only edit was done was the word scholar. I said, this is not scholar material. I think they just added the LY, scholarly. So that's it. That was it.
Okay.
Like my editor is a Ugandan PhD, is a professor. He teaches reading. He teaches composition and literature in one of them fancy, almost Ivy League schools in Boston.
Okay.
I don't want to mention it. He's that type of guy. But yeah, he's like, okay, this is your story, so I'm not gonna make it academic or whatever. I'm like, you better not. I just want it not. I didn't mess up no little grammar stuff. Like just that's that. Please do that. And he did that. That was it. Cause I read this book over and over again. That's how much I love that book.
Okay.
I promise you, you're gonna love reading this book. You're gonna learn a lot. Like your eyes are gonna be open. You're gonna laugh as well. Like it's not depressing. It's not depressing. I'm just asking simple questions. What if we start beating our kids and just teach them, special places, core, whatever, time out. Like kids are easy to pain. Okay, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. You're not gonna get the remote. You're not gonna watch TV. You won't be on your phone. You won't be on the iPad. They have all these things, not just beating the hell out of them.
All right, Kojja, listen. Yeah. Time has beaten us, but thank you so much for sharing your perspective on your book. Thank you for letting us know where we can get the book from. Thank you for spending the time to actually commit your lived experiences to paper. And we look forward to the audio version of the book, because it sounds as though that might be a piece of creation in itself. So thank you.
Yes, sir.
And
so I'm inspired. I gotta mention him. I'm inspired. Like I just learned about him. I'm like, what? This is my brother. Well, he is my brother. Kind of. He's Ugandan. He's British.
Okay.
George the Poet, George Mpanga. You know what that is? Please Google George the Poet.
Okay.
Please Google George the Poet. Check him out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's amazing. He is amazing. Wonderful. He is amazing. Okay. Yeah, I'm inspired. Like I was looking at his YouTube work. I'm like, this is what I want to do. I'm not going to do it to that level because I'm not a poet. Because he makes English sound. I'm like, you sure Ugandan? He's an English professional. The language. Yes.
Good.
But that's my inspiration. That's one of my inspirations.
Lovely. All right.
Yes.
Okay, sir. Well, thank you very much. And we'll definitely share information and news about the book. And hopefully people will buy.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Man, please buy it. You won't be disappointed. It's not going to be a waste of time. It's going to be worth every dollar, worth every pound, worth every shilling, worth every currency or every franc, every whatever currency, yen, all currencies. It is worth it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. I really appreciate this opportunity. I really do.
Recording stopped.
Black Connections.
to the Black Connections.
You're listening to
Black Connections
On 91.5